5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, welcome to another Tuesday night Hangout live with Toledo Jazz, Dano, the Treasure Vixens, and I. Welcome, everybody. We have another inventor with us tonight, the inventor of the Magic Bit. He has several killer products. I've had the pleasure of playing with this with my Black Sands. So, don't go away. We'll be right back. Hey, YouTubers and friends. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Tuesday Night Hangout Live with Toledo Jess, Dano, the Treasure Vixens, and I. How you doing tonight? Dano, Jesse, Angela?
Yeah, you snuck in there on me. What are you doing?
What, are we live?
We're live!
Then he just starts talking.
Just what the heck?
Good thing I wasn't telling more dirty jokes.
It's a good thing. Where'd my cat go? Heck.
You usually have it right in front of your video, Jesse. What's wrong with you?
I don't know. It disappeared.
Are you surprised you're even in there yet? Did you click like yet?
Oh, like? Do I have to like this?
Well, I should hope so.
I did.
Wow. Ruby's showing me pictures of some of the destruction, like at Walmart's and Target.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous.
Very ridiculous.
Everybody stay safe out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Guess it's like the COVID. If you can, stay home. Don't be out and about right now. Too many stupid people.
Well, I can understand some protests, but protesting and rioting and pillaging and looting are way different, you know.
That's just criminal.
Absolutely.
That's just criminal. There's no excuse for that type of activity.
No, it's bad people taking advantage of a situation.
Right. Absolutely.
People being paid to cause
that too, yeah.
Absolutely.
And
the hired help coming in.
Yep.
That's right. They're trying to cause a bunch of chaos and
even in Dayton where I work, there's people there from out of state trying to start.
And then those who cause the chaos will make a fit when rubber bullets turn into lead bullets, you know.
I think if some lead bullets flew, the rioting would settle down.
Well, I've been hearing some really good suggestions too. Get the porta potty cleaners out in the streets and have them.
Instead of spraying them with water?
No, with sewage.
And spray them with sewage instead of high-pressured water?
Porta pot poo.
Out the streets for sure.
That's right, Bill. Fertilize them.
Doing real social distancing.
Well, we should say hi to all our friends in the Flash fam in the chat room tonight.
Yeah, let's do that. So I got a mail call too afterwards. So
yeah, from our friends over at Raven and Smackarock.
Yep.
I meant Smackarock when I typed Smackarick Raven. So.
And there's Nikki's prospecting with Nikki B. Hi, Nikki.
Treasure Vixen here.
Susan Hamilton.
One of them's here, Susan.
Jesse's here.
I'm here.
Luke Duke was the first on the scene, and Bryan No Gold in Maine was third. Teddy C, good to see you, and Dennis Hedrick. Jason Keith prospecting. Tell you what, brother, you have a free spot next year. For sure. For sure. Without a doubt. And we're going to get your shirt. I have it right here, buddy.
Get it sent.
I have this long sleeve white shirt, had your name on it.
Well, there's Ray Russo too. What's up, Ray?
Hey. GoPro.
And we'll have every single YouTuber at Flash Bash sign it for you. And I'll get it down to the Dominican Republic for you, buddy. I guess I should fold it back up well. Hey, Chris. But
Rose said she is watching while she's at work, so she's like in and out of the chat. So she's here.
Okay.
Like,
oh, cool. Yeah. Well, thanks, Rose.
Hey, Jeff Smith Gold.
Jeff, good to see ya. Gary, if you're lurking and eating, glad you're watching and listening.
Yep. Whoopi. In the woods with Whoopi. How you doing tonight? Who else? Did we get everybody? Did I say hello to the world's best moderator, Mr. Lodak?
There's Barbara Dirt Pirate Connell.
Golden Adventures with Raven and Smackarock. Hello.
Jason, and if we had one more Jason.
Jason.
Yeah.
The ugly prospector. One hottie with you is better than none. Why, thank you. I appreciate that.
It's been work all day on this look.
I've been working on this look all day. Walter, how are you tonight? We don't want the treasure mixers to get a big head.
It's good to see our Down Under friends. Nikki, welcome. And
Nikki said earlier that she had tried to send us some Vegemite in the mail, but it was going to cost like $45, so she'll send it next week.
Holy
Remember how we
Toledo.
had the conversation about Vegemite?
Yeah, right. Can't we buy that here, though? Isn't there stores here to sell it?
I don't know.
I see Marmite at the World Market.
You can get it off Amazon. You can order off Amazon.
Can you?
Yeah, I've looked it up. I almost ordered it.
Authentic Australian Vegemite.
No, that's true too, I guess. Sent by an Aussie. I mean, that makes it
right.
That makes it official.
Yeah, right.
It does make it pretty official.
Bia, what's up? And there's Bill. Bill Marsh from Ohio.
Gems and Prospecting, Tasmania. All right. Nice crowd tonight. All the finest people in YouTube are here.
You bet. Hey, before I forget, let me do this.
Aaron, Snorkel Pirate. I didn't hear him.
Oh, Circle Pirate.
He'll be at Flash Bash.
Yep. So I got a little mail call.
Okay.
And I got it from Colleen, Raven, and Smackarock. She sent us a little care package. I'm only gonna show you one thing tonight. One thing I won't show at all. It's private. But the other stuff I'm gonna show at Flash Bash. We'll do a video. But for tonight, she sent us, because she can't be to the Flash Bash, and she wanted to come. She sent us some shiny to throw in this flash bag.
Heck yeah.
So, shiny in the bag.
Please don't show your privates.
I said shiny in the bag. I didn't know that's what you called it.
This is a family-friendly show, Rose.
We're going to show.
Oh, Ruby, not Rose. Ruby.
Oh, look, there's a note. A note and a vial. Oh, nice. Let's see.
What does the note say?
The note says, Ed, Jesse, Dano, 1 gram of Arizona gold for the flash bag. Since we can't be there, we will be there in spirit. We love you all. Heart, Raven, and Smackarock. Thank you. There's the
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Raven and Smackarock. Is that better, Mr. Lodak?
There's a gram of gold. I think there's a nice little picker in there, too. Let me get up off my lazy butt. Turn around here.
For the bag.
Open this bag back up.
Uh-oh, he tied it too tight. Gets sued.
No, I didn't. So should I throw the whole vial in there like this, or should I make him work for it?
Work.
Dump it in.
Work.
Work for it. Work for that
for
gold.
it.
Work for it.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Just says, maybe I'll just keep this. Hold on.
Yeah. Don't.
Ruby, witness it for us.
I am.
A gram of gold going in the flash bag.
Get in there.
Hell. Empty.
Never doubted it, Jesse.
Charge going in.
David V, I think whatever you're doing tonight's got your vision blurry. We're looking fine. He says you guys all are also fuzzy.
He needs to click on the side and check settings, see what the quality is.
Shots of something.
So that's another gram in the flash bag. Who knows
How many
what else
grams
is
are
in
in
it?
there now?
One. No. Oh, I don't know.
And
Well, I put in a gram.
Yeah.
So there's that gram. That's 2 grams plus whatever it comes in the bag originally. But it's a $20 bag.
And there'll be more added to it, even more.
Oh, cool. Might be some more added to it at the flash bash.
Don't worry, Miss Laura. You're getting out there and going with us. We're going out where the riots aren't at. Nice, quiet countryside.
Oh yeah, you bet.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Get you a little relief for a minute.
Yeah.
I just want you to be careful, you and the little guy. Well,
Yep.
I'm sure he's not so little anymore.
Be
But
safe and get there.
just be
And-
safe
but
coming.
Let me just say, if you happen to be going down the road and you see a line of people trying to stop you,
Run them over.
don't
Go
let it happen.
through. Honk. Blah, blah, blah. Keep trucking.
Just saying. Well,
Just saying.
I know I wouldn't stop. Sorry.
Nope.
I'm not going to stop to let you beat my ass and kill me.
No.
The reason I'm gonna stop is there's too many bodies piled under the car. Then you don't have a choice.
And my wheels aren't touching the ground anymore.
Right, right.
Oh, that's terrible. Hey, but that's the times now.
Yeah.
That's the times now.
Now, Jason Keith, since Jason Keith can't come, I brought that up already, I know. But he wants to pay his spot forward. So
Who out there's looking.
later when we give away the magic bit, this magic bit right here, because we'll talk
giveaway.
Colton into
Well, now.
maybe turning more onto us. No, I'm just kidding, Colter.
No, he's not.
No, but really.
Sorry, I had my headphones off when you were talking.
You said you're giving away everything you can tonight.
Yeah, I'm out of magnets at this point, man.
Brian, stop.
Bryan starting to put his numbers up.
But we'll also be giving away a spot for anyone who's interested in close enough area that can get to Flash Bash this coming weekend. So there's one more opportunity.
There you go, Bill. Get in there.
Come on down. Hey, Jerry.
Jerry, what's up?
Gibbs Treasure, good to see ya. Sorry I didn't say hi earlier, Brad, Tazzy Adventures.
We just had a good Zoom meeting last night with
Hey,
Jerry
Jerry.
Todd.
Yeah, because we're going to the Motherlode
Ooh.
in September. It's gonna be a great birthday.
California.
Yeah, buddy. Gonna find some
Prospectors.
nuggets if Bennett don't find them before us.
Yeah. We'll hog tie him.
You know when he finally invites Two Toes over, it's about played out.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Gary hasn't been there yet, I don't think,
No,
has he?
This Oli has.
But I hear Oli's
He's pretty hot too on him.
yeah. I hear it's like Two Toes, Oli, and Bennett are the men that like have the magic detectors.
They're the gold magnets.
The
Hey, wait.
gold man.
I get some of that magnetism rubbing off on me.
Oh, I'm telling you, dude.
But, you know, we're almost a half hour into the show already. We've said our hellos and we showed our mail call, and thank you very much, Raven and Smackarock. Got some stuff out of the way and a little rant about today's issues. Why don't we pin Colter up and put him through the ringer?
Hey, sounds like a winner.
Gonna disappear from sight.
Yeah. Well, Walter says those three don't need a detector. Boy, that ain't no lie.
That ain't no kidding.
How you doing tonight, Colter? Or actually, where you are, it's just barely evening.
Yeah, it's actually really nice here in Idaho. Yeah, still light out, doing great though.
It's cool to finally meet you. You know, we've been talking on Facebook and stuff. And finally cool to meet you. Been watching your progress.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks for having me. It's great to be on the show.
Yeah, you know, David turned me on to you. He said some really nice things about you right off the get-go.
Yeah, David Peterson.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's got some pretty cool stuff too.
Yeah.
Oh, I love the Dream Mat.
Yeah, I hear a lot of good things about that product.
Oh, it's one of those things with, you know, mining. Some people like them, some people don't, you know, but the word's getting out and more people I see more people in the Dream at USA Facebook page
all the time.
It used to be haters.
Yeah.
It used to be real big time haters when he first started, but all of a sudden they're buying them and loving them. So must be something.
Right.
I know I like the Dream Mat, so. But yeah, let's talk about your magnets. I mean, I'm sure we've all experimented with magnets.
Well, let's go forward. Let's go back a little first. Like Colter, you're a lifelong resident of Idaho?
Oh man, I bounced around for a while, up until high school. Then I ended up in Post Falls, Idaho for a while, and then ended up in Boise for college, and found a job here, started a family, just kind of like it. You know, I really like Idaho. We touch, I think, 6 or 7 other states and 1 other country. The weather's just awesome. Almost all 4 seasons, you know. You get a little of each. I definitely wouldn't recommend it if you don't like snow, though.
Yeah, we're in Ohio. We get that on a daily basis.
Yeah, so
all 4 seasons.
Yeah, man.
How long have you been gold prospecting, and how'd you get bit?
So I ended up getting into the gold prospecting realm from about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. I was doing a computer simulation on an upward flow water jig, and I promote my business on LinkedIn, and a member of LinkedIn said that, hey, that's really cool that separation test you did. You should put it on this gold website. So I kind of spruced up the simulation and made it so that it was more tangible to a prospector. And I posted it on, I think it was Finding Gold in Colorado. And I got a lot of interest from people in the community that wanted to do, you know, projects with the Swirlizer. And I don't know if you've ever seen this thing.
Not that one. No.
This is the Swirlizer 9000, and it was just kind of a way for me to check how well a computer simulation worked in real life. And I wanted to do a full system, a complete system where it was able to track the particles of the water, the gold, the rocks, and also, you know, understand the flow, the dynamics of everything. And it was really kind of like, you know, gold was really the easiest one to do in my mind, was because it's the heaviest particle.
Right.
I'm you know, my realm, my world is, you know, like food processing and stuff like that. So you know, we don't typically see densities that are so far apart. I mean, you're looking at something that's 19 times heavier than water, and you know, all
Right.
the other different densities. So I said, you know, gold's gonna be super easy, and the animation was really cool. And you should check it out on my YouTube page, the animation of the Swirlizer 9000. And so I got a lot of requests for people to print some of them for them, some Swirlizers, and I just kind of started learning and understanding about gold and gold prospecting, and you know, what products sell and what products don't, and that's kind of how it all started for me. Oh, and then I also, you know, would sometimes take a gold pen out and find nothing before that.
So you were out panning for gold before.
Oh yeah, I was a GPA member, you know.
Oh, okay.
Like the rest of us.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like I said, I just became a lifetime member. Ta-da.
Yeah, that's cool.
What?
Know what we're talking about. I'm not gonna lie. Like, what is the swirly thing that looks like a toilet bowl?
It's his itemizer.
What does it do?
Oh, I
Colter?
think he was getting there.
Oh, this thing. Oh, I thought you were talking about the silver pan thing.
No.
No, this thing. I don't know if you could. Can I show video from my computer?
I don't know.
I don't know if I can share the screen.
Yeah, I think you should be able to. Let's try it. Let me flip my computer around. Pull up.
Yeah, I can't. I have to find out how I can allow people to share their screen.
Oh, gotcha. All right. Well, the Swirlizer is basically it basically takes the water from a small kind of like a solar power pump, like a backpacking pump, and or a backpacking size, I guess, cleanup system, and you would put water in to the ports that are on the Swirlizer, and you would just put the dirt in, and the heavies like gold and minerals and things would fall down into the jar, and then the rest would just come out here. And I really like this product because you could see how much good material you're getting, and you know, not dig a hole where there was nothing. So this was great, but I was like, well, how do you get all the black sand out? You know, and well, like it would flush the black sand, but it would also lose the gold, because the more I looked into it, you know, you gotta take into consideration the shape of the gold. And my earlier year, last year, when I was working on the Swirlizer, I didn't really understand the complete concept of the shape, also, as well as the density.
You mean the difference between a kite and a bowling ball, as Dave likes to refer.
Yeah. Or
like a Rever's Blue Bowl.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You use the blue bowl, and you can kind of see the different size particles floating around. So that's all kind of a different animal to really tackle. And you know, I don't know if I'm the right person to talk to on separation of other than magnets or magnetic stuff. So I came up with the magic bit actually in development of this this device that I call the FRS 9000, the Ferrous Material Removal 9000 system. And it's actually a system where you would put the material in before it goes into a sluice, and it basically has the same sort of magnet in the inside of the bigger system as it does in the magic bit. And I decided to post some videos of it, and also kind of the same thing. A lot of people had some interest in the product, and they wanted to wanted me to make them some. So that's kind of how the magic bit started. And this is kind of the first magic bit, you know.
Right.
And that's the mini now, right?
Yeah, it's kind of had a few different names because it was actually the Magic Bit International first because the size allowed me to get it in a specific shippable envelope to get to people overseas without having to pay giant shipping costs. So
Right.
this actually is the second revision. The original one was a little bit bigger, but I was able to find a different magnet, and this is actually more powerful and does more removal than the original one. So it then kind of became the mini or the 2.0, and then the larger max. Let me grab them from behind me. So the max is 4 inches long. So that's the difference in magnet size.
Oh, okay.
And then I've got a product that I just released called the Roly Poly, and that's
the one I'm looking at. I'm interested in.
And then coming out soon will be the vacuum shop vac attachment.
Yeah, I saw a video on that. That looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm not quite understanding what's going on with that. I mean,
So
when I saw your video and I saw the magnetics going up that spiral on the outside, but I'm not understanding what's happening beyond that.
okay, that's why I guess that's kind of why I was hoping you'd ask some questions about this product. It is super confusing looking. So the way that this works is, and you're kind of only looking at half of it right now because the motor side's really basically the drill. So you would put a magic bit. The magic bit max fits inside of here, and then you spin it around, and the magnetic material it sticks to this shaft here.
Right.
And then these flutes here make it go up the flights, and they also drop all the non-magnetic particles. And then once they get up high enough, there's a hole for a vacuum. See, the vacuum plugs into this hole, and it sucks the black sands off of it.
Oh, okay. That's what you're doing. So your goal is falling off of that screw thing there. It's falling back into your pan or wherever you're
yeah. So you're basically only looking for the iron, and
right.
and right now it would be basically a sort of iron. You would want to still take that iron and process it again one more time with like a roly poly and bring the iron out of whatever you took, because it would be more of speed at that point before you're getting into like a sluice or something.
So you're basically literally separating it away from your pan.
Yeah,
and
taking it out. Yeah.
As opposed to just with the roly poly, all you're doing is moving it from one end to the other to get it away from the gold.
Right.
Gotcha. Because you still have to do something with those black sands.
Or it would be in contrast to if I were to use a plunger magnet and do batches.
Mm-hmm. Right.
See how that works?
Right.
You see how this is like basically limited to in and out and in and if you're a prospector who has a lot of stuff, you can't. I mean, you could get a longer magnet, but I mean, it really isn't as effective as moving the material in a flow rate sort of sense. So taking the typical mechanics plunger magnet and just giving it an improvement so that you're not doing it in batches, but you're doing it in a flow sense, like I said earlier. Yeah.
And you can probably.
That was like my question. Like, so you would use the vacuum one when you have like more product that you're trying to work with, but you would just use the little magic bit if you're only working with a little amount of material.
Well, I don't really want to prescribe exactly how to work with your material, because everybody's material is different and everybody's setup's different.
Top secret.
So what I can give you some advice in is when how the magic bit works is when do you want to take your iron out? Do you want to take your iron out before it gets into your sluice, or do you want to take your iron out when you're in a pan and it's in a pile right here? You know, if you're on the river, a small magic bit like this makes sense if you're just using a pan. If you're taking all the material out of a sluice and using it to clean up your concentrate, I would recommend a roly-poly or a magic bit max or a magic bit. If you're trying to take the material out before it goes into a sluice, I would recommend something like the vacuum or the FRS 9000, which I'm working on, which would separate the gold or the iron before it has a chance to commingle in a concentrate form and absorb the gold into all the little jagged pieces and stuff.
Right. Yeah.
So if you wait till the gold and everything is all kind of nested together, you have a chance that it will grab and hold on to that. But if it's got a lot of dilution, you know, with other material and water, and then you take the iron out, you have a less chance of grabbing on to other things. So the idea is, when do you want to take that iron out? So like I said, it's not, I wish that I just could just, you know, I wish it was magic, but you know, and I almost kind of wish that I named this the magnet bit now, because some people have the wrong expectation is that, you know, you stick it in and it just magically zaps it away, and then that ruins the one bit that they have. So, right,
so I used to when I first started, I was experimenting with magnets and putting them up like at the beginning of the sluice box and catching all my magnetics there, creating a new riffle, and I was finding that it was catching a lot, but I was also trapping gold back there.
Sure.
You know, and not even in the black sands, but before them, they would stop right there. You know,
wow.
I get little piles of it on the edge. All my piles are small anyway, so.
I saw some guys on YouTube doing that, and that's kind of interesting to make the riffle with the iron. I've actually found other uses for iron. When I'm cleaning up really, really, really microscopic gold, like real fine stuff, I'll actually put iron. I'll take all the iron out, and then I'll put iron in the pan and use the magic bit as kind of like a little sweeper wheel to move my pile of gold into a specific spot, and then I'll pull the iron out. So then basically I have the you know, the control of the gold at one point, and then remove it with the other. So there's all kinds of different techniques that the iron can be used for, in addition to leaving it in. So you got options in my book. So I could do a demo, or you guys got more questions, or?
I'm seeing, I'm looking for questions here in the chat room. So what other kind of things have you been working on? I know you're specifically working on magnets right now, magnetic separation of magnetics.
Well, I'm working on you guys do any archery, any bow hunting, any of that stuff?
I used to. I don't anymore, but I used to.
Yeah, I used to hunt a lot too. But
I've got this new product. If you look at www.annihilatorbroadhead.com, let me go grab one. I'll show you. These are really cool.
We have people in here that love archery, like the Shaws.
Yeah, Ron Shaw.
It could be Lisa. She might be the one that likes it.
Yeah, true, very true.
Oh, I'll ask him, Jason.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, well, I should pin him back up.
All right. These are pretty cool. It's a fixed blade broadhead that pretty much is indestructible. Literally can take out a transformer. Shoots through car doors.
Yikes.
Bone. It'll leave a blood trail. This thing flies too, and it shoots like a field point. We've been getting awesome reviews. Just got in Field and Stream, and gosh, what's that other one? It was a huge success for these guys. Fixed on Performance did a really good review too. They did a giant grid of all the different matrices of what makes a good broadhead, and they compared it with 120, I think, different competitors, and we got top place, #1, which is really cool.
Finger wants to know how many grams, Colter. How many grams is it?
So this one comes in the 50. The 120, it comes in the 120. It comes in all the sizes. We just became legal in Colorado. We actually had to make an XL version, which is wider, 1 inch, 1.5 inch in diameter, because they measure from point to point, and our point to point is like tiny. So we had to make the circle bigger. But there's a whole bunch about this that I could go on for days about, but it's another topic.
Ron Shaw from Shaw's Prospecting. He's from Idaho, actually, and he asked, "Do you have one for bear?"
Well, this will take out a moose at like 70 yards for sure. I don't know if it'll take out a bear, but check out the website, Annihilator Broadhead. I'm sure there's a picture of a bear on there. Pigs. They're pretty intense sportsmen that buy these things. So, and these are really cool. I don't know.
Very nice.
Anyways, yeah, I'm working on a new compact bow. This is the part right now. I actually 3D printed the very first one, stuck it in this bow and shot it. Plastic with 100 pounds at least on this thing, which was pretty cool.
Teddy C wants to know if you have a glue on for traditional.
No, not yet, but I'm sure that if you ask enough, they'll make one.
Like most businesses are customer driven,
Right?
And
yeah,
what was
exactly.
that URL again?
AnnihilatorBroadhead.com. I don't even think I could spell it right for you. Let's see here. I'll look it up.
Mr. Lodak, could you see if you could get that quick for us, please? AnnihilatorBroadhead.com.
Yeah. Let me spell it.
One more time. AnnihilatorBroadhead.com.
I have to Google it.
He's got it.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lodak.
Find it.
So all you bow hunters out there, check it out.
Yeah, check those things out. Look at the reviews.
And that right there is why he is the world's best moderator.
And let them know that Flash in Your Pan and Colter Young sent you.
Yep.
Yeah, and tell them that you get 50% off. No.
and Colter
actually, if you want one, I mean, I have these things coming out my teeth, man. So, these are my practice bow hunting shoot or arrow tips. So, they're like probably, I think, $50 for 2.
There you go, Tazzy. Some for the drop bears.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, so yeah, let me do a demo real quick for you guys on the magic bit.
Sure. So everybody knows what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Those who haven't watched your videos or seen your Facebook,
Yeah.
so they know what you're talking about, what we're doing.
All right, let me get this going again. Okay, so there's a little bit of a lag here. There we go. Okay, get the roly-poly there. Put a little bit of material in the pan, and then plug it in. Okay.
So is that 12 volt?
No, this one's 24 volt.
Oh, okay.
If you could run it off a 12 volt system, but I like the 24 volt because it really gives you a lot of speed options.
Look at that gold show up.
So I don't know if there's any gold in this shot right here, but this is what happens when
Is that your copper?
Is there copper in there? I'll put some copper in. Let me get some copper. That's right. I should do something.
Somebody asked a question about your. Let's see.
That's pretty cool.
Man,
I know,
that
it's
works
cool the way it
pretty
works.
neat. And for the low price of $135, I think it was.
Back in the old days, that'd have been all night entertainment.
Well, I wish that these things were cheaper. It's the magnets that make these things so expensive.
Right.
So if you
Does a
wanna,
good job though.
yeah, but you know, not everybody needs that. I got just the standard magic bit. It'll get it
Does
out.
the same thing.
It takes a little bit longer. Hell,
See,
after
like-
I gave a couple trade shows, I was probably faster at doing this than the roly-poly is. But
I was gonna say with that you develop a technique to be able to just work it out like that, as opposed to poly where it's kind of just strictly mechanical, up and down, up and down.
And then I'll show you the last one. Where'd that max go? And then there's the max, which I don't know why I thought max would be the biggest one, the biggest magnet that I would want to sell, but I feel like, you know, now that my competitors are trying to sue me, I feel like Max just became the little brother. So here's the Max. Let's see, can you see the? Okay, so here's the Max. Can you see the screen now, guys?
Yep.
Okay, there we go. That's the Max. So it's almost the same force. Actually, it has more concentrated force than the roly-poly. So you can save yourself a whole bunch of money if you just wanted that effect. But if you had to do this a lot, this is annoying. It really is. So there is that too. I'll do the vacuum attachment.
So before you do that,
go ahead.
This works just as well with the material being wet too, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let me do a wet one real quick. Let me go get some water. Hold on.
Gotta have a wet one.
You always have a wet one, Dano.
Well, you know. Now you tell you're getting old, right?
How's that?
Dry dreams and wet farts.
Dano. Hey, Ryan, what's up?
Run for the hills.
And Lee Duncan, how are you tonight?
Yeah, I see his coffinator.
All right.
The gold coffin.
Madison, Maine, what's up? All right, so now he's got a pan with some water in it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I've been challenged for the 40 question challenge on YouTube from Madison. I gotta go watch his video later.
Bob, what's up,
have
Bob?
I have that feeling. Look at that, clean it right up. Now,
Okay.
I do like your competitors, but that's for huge amounts of black sands. I really like the magic bit. You could take that right on the creek with you if you want to pack a drill with you.
Right.
Well, I've got even smaller one. I was just talking about in our pre-meeting. Where did that little thing go? It's so small you lose it.
Well, that thing there would come in handy.
Oh, yeah.
Because that, if you're running a 12-volt system on the stream, it's like, zzz.
You know, that one kind
yeah.
of, like I was saying earlier, I've used magnets up at the front of the sluice box, right?
Sure.
But they're just sitting there catching black sands or the magnetics. But if you were to put something like that under there where it's actually working it, because I know that what's happening with your magnet is you're flipping the magnetics around. It's not just attracting them, it's flipping them and spinning them and moving, right?
Yeah,
so I imagine something like that, like underneath your sluice box while you're running. That would be kind of cool. Watch operating.
I think that is an interesting point, and it would be interesting to be able to use the magnets as a sluice, and then maybe after like a minute they start spinning, and then it goes to another set of magnets that are spinning. You know, you could almost like make your sluice riffles change as a function of time.
Right. Who's that? Mr. Thessalonian. He built a sluice box that had rows of magnets underneath the box and created his ripples with that.
Sure, yeah.
You know,
and then
I imagine that if you use something like that with your spinning magnet, that it would work the same way right in that spot and keep bouncing the gold through so it doesn't get trapped in the pile of magnetics. Interesting.
Yeah, I printed off a little like a little tiny sluice. I was gonna try this with one of these days and just kind of stick a magnet underneath there and just see what happens, but I never got around to it. It'd be a good project.
Don't forget, I'll be your beta tester.
Right.
It's my idea.
Yeah, it's crazy. I had the magic bit, but ever since that, there's been a lot of people come up to me with really good ideas, and you'd be surprised how many of them are kind of sort of converging, into the same sort of really good idea. So
right.
I it's maybe one of those things. Great minds think alike. Who knows?
Oh, of course they do. Just ask me.
Right.
But so now that we've gotten to this point, you come up with the magic bit here. I've been watching what's been going on Facebook and some of the groups that you posted your videos on. You're getting a lot of pushback about patents, and I notice a lot of people don't understand patents as well as they think they do. Hey, what's up, Adam?
Hey, Adam.
So, because patents are a complicated thing. I mean, you look at something like Gold Hog matting. His patent is not on the design of the mat itself or the ripples on the mat. It's the way it's built. It's 36 inches wide by 6 inches long, and that's his patent.
Right.
All right. It's not. His patent is not on the ripples in the mats. You know, like with the Green Mountain Gold Trap. It's, you know, it's, people look like, oh, that's a bazooka. You're ripping off a bazooka. Well, his patent is not on the bazooka. His patent is on
the removable trap.
Right.
Right.
Mike Pung's the gold tube. His patent is on the tray
G-force
itself.
separator.
Right. No, not the G-force separator, because I can't patent that. That's an old process. But the tray itself is what his patent is on.
Yeah, I think that stackable modular kind of.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
Because the G-force separator is an old idea. It's been around forever. You know, so that's not one of those patentable things.
I think patents are there to protect, you know, intellectual property, and there's something to be respected, and
Right.
and they're not supposed to be used basically to, let's say, intimidate your competitors, and
or take or just be the only one.
right.
You know, have a lockdown on the market. You know.
Well, competition is always good for business.
And that's my opinion, and I've always thought that, you know, you get a couple competitors, and the market, it starts evolving and growing, and you get prices that go down, and you get new products that come out,
And improvements on old products.
Exactly. And so, you know, I would assume that that there's you know plenty of gold pans that need, you know, magnetic material removed, and my competitor has sort of, they think I don't know, it was my opinion, I think that they own that they can patent what is happening and not how I'm doing it. And so if I, you know, before I, you know, explain any further, I mean, what are your guys' impression? Do you think, you know, do you think that I'm infringing on the other guy's product by sticking a magnet underneath the gold pan and taking?
If I knew what his patent was on, then maybe I could give an opinion.
Right.
But I don't know what his patent really is.
So, from my understanding, his patent is a device which has a list of 8 claims, and if his device or another device matches those claims, then it's an infringement on his patent. And so this device is a rotating magnet, and so is my competitor's device that has a rotating magnet inside of it. He claims to have a sleeve wrapped around the magnet in some sort of a fashion. It's a non-conductive, which means electricity doesn't pass through it.
Right.
I think that they meant to put non-magnetically permeable, but they put non-conductive, and they put that there needs to be a hilt here. It would look something more like this, a big fat ring here. Okay, so that's missing also. And then there's also this thing called a Grommet section, which on this tool, it would be the separation from the slide here, and it also would center the whatever's in here from wobbling around, which this tool does not have. So their claim is that my packaging material infringes on their intellectual property, which, given they had you know, maybe counsel that wasn't trying to rip them off, they would probably try to explain to them that, you know, pursuing this is probably not in their best interest, because this thing doesn't do all 9 or 8 of those things. And if you stuck this in here and you stuck stuck it in the pan and you sucked it up just like to spin it off, it'll do exactly the same thing, except for there'll be all this magnetic material stuck to the, when you get it off, it would be to spin it and it will come right off. And there won't no hilt or nothing there.
Oh.
So I also find that when I attract material,
Your bandwidth is low on your end, Colter.
It actually traps gold with it, whether spinning or not, no matter how fast or not,
You're breaking up really bad right now.
Yeah, your network is bad at that end, unfortunately, at the moment. Yeah, it was so good earlier.
Yeah, right. Those damn robots.
Yep, gone robot, she says.
How's it doing now? Any better?
No, not really.
Nope, still down. See what else I could do here. So can you hear me, or
Yeah,
can
we
you just
hear
not
you,
see
but-
me?
Yeah, you're not as choppy anymore hearing audio wise.
Okay, well, we could wait, or you can let me go try to reset my router or something. That'd probably be worse.
Live entertainment. What do you think would be the best?
So I feel like the device there's a lot of I don't know. It's going to be hard to convince a whole jury full of people this is an infringement. So I still sell them.
Yeah, and probably wouldn't even be worth the effort to sue you for something like this, would it? I mean, lawyers are going to get most of the money anyways.
And that's the thing. It's how you gonna fight the fight? For me, my thing is that it's like, well, I have to pay now a lawyer to defend me, and it's
Right.
like, why do I have to pay for something that I'm not guilty of? And so one thing that can happen though is that at the end of this whole thing, I could request, my attorney fees, which will be probably the same as his. So, or if
Right.
not, more or whatever. So,
Right.
so they're gonna have to consideration that, and then also they're gonna have to take into consideration that that there are other ways of negotiating.
Right.
There are, business partnerships. There are, you could
royalty.
royalty. You all kinds of ways of, and for them to just say, no, you know what? I'm not even gonna talk to you. You have talked to my lawyer. I'm gonna, and this and that, and drag me through the mud. Well, okay, well, and here's the thing. I offered them, I said, here, look, I'll give you my whole magic bit company for $15,000, and they put, that's how much money they spend that they're losing a year or something because of my existence. Well, hell, if anybody was paying attention to what I wrote, well, if they were to accept that offer, that would have been done and over with for cheaper than all the lawyer fees and everything all put together.
And you go on your merry way with your 15 grand, go do something else.
I would have been, he wouldn't have lost his 15, the lawyers wouldn't have got theirs. And so, so I gave him the opportunity, for it. And so for him to decline that and then push back and also, add in 5 more charges, which were, using his name. I think that I used the name of his product in one of my Facebook posts, and I advertised it to somebody. So there's all these other, charges that they're going to try to throw at me. but it's not going to help them sell anything, and it's not going to help them win. So
Right.
It's definitely an indication of like bullying like behavior, you know, where it's like, where you get like, that's the reason you can get your money from the other after trying to sue you for your lawyer is that they're trying to use their lawyer to do their business for them.
Right.
So
Trying to get their lawyer to get you to stop, you know, because they're afraid you're gonna take their money away from them. Well,
I would imagine that would be a real threat, but to go about trying to solve it using a lawyer is unfortunate.
Yeah, you know, he could have go, hey, dude, well, look, I'm doing this, you know, how can we make it benefit for both of us, you know, instead he calls
exactly, and well, I was the one who was like, hey, dude, you know, why don't we negotiate? You know, that was $15,000 one. Well, I didn't mention, but before that, you know, I was like, hey, let's up and make a little attachment that, you know, I could print and you could put on your thing. And he didn't like the way that something happened, and he bought one of my he bought the web domain for the Swirlizer, swirlizer.com, owned by my competitor. So
he bought that, huh?
Yeah, and I was like, you know, I was like, this is not the kind of company, you know, really that is like legit, or not legit, but like it's just not very moral in my mind.
Right. Well, so, he's bought other companies too, just so you know.
Right. Well, so I would prefer, though, you know, to not really make this about a case, but more of a, you know,
we don't need to.
A celebration of, you know, some really cool technology, and you know, this technology, I didn't invent it, and did my competitors. It's been around. The rotating magnets have been around since the 1800s. The magnets underneath the conveyor belts have been around for, you know, 1800s, and the problem is that the magnets just weren't as powerful, so they had to use electromagnets that would change current, north south. They would do positive negative, just like it's in a motor. So the electromagnets, the dynamic magnets that you would see inside of the older factories, like in mines and stuff, were alternating current magnets. And so now with the kind of the technology catching magnets, you know, like a magnet this big, you know, this can hold 20 pounds. So
you see that lady up there in the corner? She'll tell you about magnets. She's a magnet fisher.
Oh yeah, exactly, right. And so it's like, back then, you know, they couldn't use, there was probably not very many patents of just a magnet, because, you know, it wouldn't do very much. But they had to use the electric version in the devices. So so nobody could say, I own the rotating magnetic field, you know. So then that opens up the opportunity for lots and lots of people to make things that make the magnetic field rotate. And some of them think that, you know, some of them don't understand that. And to me, I understand that if I saw somebody else with a magic bit like thing tomorrow, it would be like, well, you know, I can't even patent a rotating magnet. It's literally a magnet that rotates, you know. So if you could go out and get enough magnets from China and wait 3 months and sell them for a better deal, then go for it. You know, I'll hopefully be on the Magic Bit 9.0, and I'll hopefully have, you know, other things going on. You know, I mean, I don't rely on one magnet. I mean, it wouldn't really hurt me all that much if I didn't really have to make these magnets anymore. I mean, it just takes away all my free time. I mean, when I had my yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, because 3D printing is time consuming. I mean,
Well, that's what some people say. They say, it takes a couple hours to do a job. Let's see if I can get one of the
yeah, we can see them.
background here. See that one moving around, that middle one,
Yeah, the one that's squeaking.
Yeah, right. Right there, that one.
Yep.
So that one is printing one of these roly-poly bases right here, and that's probably 10 or 15 hours. So this whole thing takes a day for a printer to print. But it does it all day long, and I don't got to do nothing. So you can see I got a bunch of them. You just buy another printer each time you make a new product. So I learned that kind of the hard way. Was that
your printers does a specific magic or bit?
So the one that you see right now doing this, it only does this piece all day long. The one next to it does this piece all day long, and the other Ultimaker does these pieces all day long. So this usually takes 24 hours, 24 hours to print, but between 3 printers, I can get them done, way quicker. And the only reason that I have it set up right now just like that is because I had a huge flood of orders come in for these things. And with it taking a day and me getting more than one order a day, and then I can't make more than one, I got to figure out another way to make these. So
more printers. I was
able to yeah, exactly. I just bought some more printers, and I just got those 2 set up last week after the sales. There's a guy in town that prints for me too that actually does these magic bits and the other magic bits. He's got 150 printers, and so when I get them dialed in, these are like my R&D printers, I feel like. So I'll have like a bunch of parts like this, this. I'll print a bunch of things, and then in the morning when I get up, I get all excited like Christmas morning, and I get to put it all together,
Yeah.
And so that's pretty much really what keeps me going is that when I wake up, the printers have a new project for the day, and then by the time I see if it works, throw it away. I mean, I've got piles and piles of just printed parts, just all over, and it's just kind of fun, I didn't expect to really have to do it production, until the magic bit kind of came around.
And
but
took off, huh?
It's been a learning experience that it's something that I'm kind of welcoming, because I do appreciate studying the evolution of a product, and sort of being able to pull those marketing gears, and be able to work for a company that I'm the boss of. And so I don't know, it's just I just made a lot of people rich in my day. So it's this, it's a small kind of side gig, but it is a real thing, and it's literally enabling me to lay down the template for me to use the internet as a big giant vending machine, where I take things off of Amazon or Wish or any of these. We buy 1,000 parts, and you take them and you package them together and use the 3D printer to kind of glue and merge and make the parts kind of a resellable product, and then you sell that. And so the magic bit is kind of just a small example of how this can be done, and not have to carry any inventory either. You have the ability to change your design in one iteration, and so being able to be that flexible and change which printer does what has been kind of my kind of idea and thought for about 2 years of how do I get somebody to click something on the internet. My printer prints something, and I walk to the post office and send it, and I don't have to go to work, and I order everything. That's kind of something I'm working on for a couple years, and the magic bit hasn't allowed me to do that.
That's cool.
Now, is your education background in engineering?
Well, you could say that. I have a degree. I have a degree in mechanical engineering that took me like 7-ish years to get through. I spent almost all of it partying.
You must be.
Don't
sound
remember
like a lot like my
man.
stepson.
Oh, the good old college life.
I definitely was able to. I had a pretty good job at the time as a drafter, so I had some really good, like, you know, it was a full-time job, college, school, party. I was kind of like my thing back then. When you're young, I mean, you just add beer and you can do twice as much, and
Oh, heck yeah.
you know. So,
Just add beer.
but the engineering, yeah, I did that. I kind of got through it because I needed to you know, I saw that I was working at a place where I was a drafter doing all the work and they're getting paid twice as much and doing nothing. And I was like, what? How do I get that piece of paper?
Right.
So I went and I got the engineering. It took me forever.
That's funny because I took drafting, and I really enjoyed it, loved it. I started talking to my instructor about it. He says, Jesse, what's going to happen is you're going to get into a company and you're going to be sitting at this graph table all day, every day. They'll be bringing you things to draw, you draw. They'll be bringing.
And back then, I mean, you were laying on a table. It was your back would be hurting, and oh man, those drafters back then.
And he knew that, and I was that kind of person. I could sit there at a desk for 8 hours, 24, or 365. It just wasn't going to happen.
That's I mean, and I got lucky. There was cool 3D computer programs, for me and my generation, and
I was learning CAD. I was learning.
Really? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Must have been a lot more tedious then, though.
Oh, but that's what it is. It's tedious work.
Back when Jesse did it, was a stone tablet and a chisel.
A coal, piece of coal.
Some brass chisels.
Hey, Ed,
Yeah.
give a spot away.
Oh yeah, we can give a spot away. Now, let me see. Hold on.
Make them do a keyword if they want to go. That'd be your easiest one.
Yeah. Let me get to giveaways.
No, Brian, no numbers. Quit.
I'm gonna do a keyword. So the keyword is Flash Bash. So no one say Flash Bash unless you want the spot and you can make it.
Yeah,
right.
Button you can make it. Type Flash Bash in the chat.
Ohio Relic Hunter. Jesse was drafting next to his baby pics on the cave wall.
Tink, 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 tink.
Hieroglyphics. Ha, Miss Laurel. See how they pick on me?
You feeling the love yet?
I'm feeling the love.
You're already going, Dwight. Oh yeah. I think we should give our buddy Todd and brother the nuclear bomb. Yeah.
Super chat.
Oh yeah, super chat. Thanks for the super chat.
How are you leaving us, Ron?
Let's tempt you some more, Peener. JP's coming. Benzo's coming.
Eminem's coming.
Now, I could have swore I saw Run for the Hills say Flash Bash. No, he said Flash Dish. Doggone it.
Yeah.
But Run for the Hills is one of our sponsors with
That's
the
right.
Creek Critter Extra Large. I have the Creek Critter. I love it. It comes with DB matting and Dream mat. It's a great sluice, I must say.
A lot of stuff gonna be there at the bash. A lot of giveaways, some raffles.
Yeah. Gano balls are even gonna be at
Oh,
the bash.
Gano balls will
So
be-
come on.
yeah.
How
So,
can we
ball.
give this spot away? Don't let Jason's spot go vanish in vain.
We just had 3 bags of pay dirt donated this evening from King Prospector for the bash. So once again, it builds a little more.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah,
So we're
Big, man.
Peener,
There's gonna be a lot of stuff
Peener.
there.
Oh, you
Yeah.
can, Susan. You point that car north
Oh
on
yeah,
I-75.
There
Dano
you go.
balls, Brian. Get in there for the spot, flash bash it, and start driving now, brother.
Vicky's on her way from Maine, so you have no excuse, Brian. Come on
You
down.
can get another taste of my balls.
Scary.
They melt in your mouth.
C and JP might have some to throw in too, so come on down, Peener.
Yeah. Who else is sponsoring?
This keeps getting
Well, we have the logo on the screen right now is one of our sponsors of Flash Bash. And we
Carolina
also,
Prospectors.
yep, we also have Gold Claw.
Yeah.
Our friend Clint Washburn over at Gold Claw is donating some Gold Claw panning kits.
Oh, dang.
Oh, damn.
I just thought of something.
Oh,
What'd you
no.
forget?
I have a giveaway.
Oh,
We'll do that later, one at a time.
Okay. But I have a cool giveaway. We're
All
gonna make-
right,
we
all
like
right.
Flash bash in here.
Come
I
on.
figured Bill would.
Yeah, Bill lives 45 minutes away.
Then you're trying to tempt Pinger, and he won't jump in there either. Spot's paid for, folks. It was paid forward.
No,
Yeah.
Bill's not gonna be here, unfortunately. But he did sponsor a nice few goodies. And let me see. iPan for Gold has donated an awesome 300 and something
Yes, he
dollar value bag of dirt.
Oh, nice.
I'll be buying tickets for that.
I'll be buying
Well,
tickets for
you
all
and
that
I
stuff.
both, you'll get a nugget out of that bag for sure.
Yeah.
And so,
And then don't forget our flash bag is gonna have some gold into with a picker or two in it.
Miss Laurel wants to know how far is Flash Bash away for you, Angela?
I think it was like 7 hours or something.
See, that ain't bad. Come on. We drove 15 hours to Vermont.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think it's too bad. We're gonna split it up to 2 days also, so it's gonna be a good time.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, it's gonna be a good time. What? Peener, don't leave. Say Flash Bash. Well, we'll try again. Someone might take it. All right, so Miss Laurel, you're going too. So we have all these people. Why don't we give away this mini magic bit that I'm holding in my hand right now?
Oh, there you go. Hey, what's up, the other
Let
end?
me-
Do it.
Ed's going too, so he can't say Flash Bash either. So I have this magnet bit here, courtesy of Colton Young, for active users. A lot of you are already eligible. Those 11 of you lurking out there, get your fingers of chirping and
Type in there if
clicking.
you want to win one.
Active, hey Ed. The other Ed, howdy.
You're gonna make even Jason more upset that some of you aren't taking this great opportunity to win a spot
Yeah, it's magic.
at Flash Bash. But here we go.
Trying to jump all over it.
He should.
Especially since my balls are going to be there, you know. It's like-
Jason Combs says if he wins, pass it forward.
Someone gives me a countdown. Angela?
You want me to count down?
Yeah.
From what?
It's not too high.
3, 2, 1, do it. Get him.
You're not Angela.
I usually start at 3, Angela.
3, 2, 1, go.
Jason Keith prospecting. Tell you what, Jason, I'm going to send this down with you after Flash Bash, and your long sleeve t-shirt is signed by all the other fellow YouTubers that are going to be at this epic outing. Congratulations, nice. Jason Keith.
Teddy C says sweaty balls.
Oh, jeez.
I think your balls are going to be the highlight of this trip. Your balls are going to be everywhere. Everyone's going to be talking about your balls. We might as well just name it like Ball Bash.
Ball Bash. But first, there's going to be pulled pork before they eat balls. So.
Oh my goodness! Come on, guys. This is a family-friendly show with a lot of innuendos.
Just you, me, and this piece.
All right, Jason Keith, congratulations on winning your magic bit. Like I said, instead of sending you 2 separate packages all the way to the Dominican Republic, I'm going to be sending you one, your autographed shirt, and your magic bit. Now that's taken care of. I'm disappointed. I thought someone would hop on that. Where's New Hampshire Gold Prospector when you want him in the house?
I don't know.
Oh, I might just have to email that man and say, hey, there's a spot open. And Bryan wants a win lucky. No. Unlucky. Right? Yeah. Lucky I haven't said hello in a long time.
Jason's still coming up, and he says his ticket is for July 7th.
Yeah, well, in the chat room, I told him swing by here on his way up from the Carolina. What in tarnation, Mr. Lodak?
The sheriff.
To help with shipping for the giveaway. Oh, that deserves a nuclear blast.
You bet.
Super chat. Oh, yeah.
Thanks for the super chat. Thank you very much for the super chat. I need to change that nuclear graphic.
The voice has spoken, Bob.
The voice.
Did Bitcoin go up? Bryan wants to know.
Oh, there's Thomas.
Hey, Thomas Folks.
Hey, Thomas Folks. He'll be at Flash Bash.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Colter, Mr. Young. So, it's cool that you enjoy doing what you're doing. No better way to make a living than doing what you enjoy doing.
That's right.
And it's nice you're at home. Do you have children? So you can play with the kid while your stuff are printing away in the garage?
While I'm waiting for parts to cool down. That's right. I just step outside and there's my life right there. Works out pretty nice. It was actually the best place during the quarantine, that's for sure.
A lot of good things have come out of quarantine.
Jason
You'll find out in about 9 months how
I'll
many.
say a lot of babies.
So do we talk about the vacuum bit yet, or was that, we talked about this one yet? The vac attachment?
Yeah, well, I thought we did.
I don't think we did. I think we talked about it
Before.
Before the show. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We could talk about this.
Yeah.
So this one is a little bit different, and so I'm designing it. Let's see if I can get it closer to the pan. So mind the camera angle here. Can you see the camera? There you go. Okay, so I'm pretty much trying to get it so that use the magic bit and stick it on the inside and use that to iron up and around these flights and then into this port here where you would hook it up to a vacuum. And to demo it, I'll use this magnet here. Let's see if you can see. Won't even hook it up to the vacuum because it's kind of loud, but I'll just show you what the action does. So you see how it goes to it, and then I'll get a bunch of iron on there. Now you'll see them climb up and go into the hole.
That's cool. Chris Neville says it looks like a bong. Is that how you got inspired?
Well, maybe it has another use. I just don't stir the pot and get a damn bong company to try to sue me too. Okay? I can't afford to fight those guys. It's a big industry. But the idea is to you saw how all the iron went into this little pocket here. Well, with vacuum hooked up, it just sucks it right out of there and it clears this little spot down here for more iron material. And so yeah, this is one of the products that I'm about to release. It will actually come with well, there'll be an option to have a motor. Actually, this motor sits on top. I'll take it apart real quick and show it. So this motor, the roly-poly motor,
Let me say, hi, Chrissy, Dorothy Gal. Oh, long time no see. Glad to see you tonight.
all right.
Miss ya.
So the idea would be that when you go to use your vacuum attachment, the motor and everything is all one piece. Kind of still looks like a bong though. You get it on there. Let's see it. So, then you get up.
He's putting one together for us. That's cool.
Right there.
Would be
That's
great if it ran off of USB-C. Jason Cole.
5 volt. I actually got a USB version. That's what we were talking about earlier, that little one, the 5 volt. But it doesn't do anything like that. USB, I think, is only 5 volt, right, Jason? Let's see here.
Yeah.
Does it go up to 9? Maybe.
I think the highest ones I have are like 5.
I could be wrong though. I know that laptops are they got USB and they do some funky stuff with their power, but that'd be cool. I had one. Man, I'm trying to look for it. It's so small. I don't know what I did with it. That I hooked up and I was using with my phone, But then I was like, it's probably not a good idea to have a motor hooked up to your phone. You know what
Jason
I mean?
said USB-C can go up to 20 volts.
Oh wow. Here it is. Okay, so here's I found it. Let me get the USB thing out. Okay, so I got this other one. Tiny, right? It's got a 6-volt motor, and here's a USB power pack. And I'll just use this.
So you could just take a power bank with you to use
right,
that.
or if you wanted to use your phone, you could, but I wouldn't recommend it. That's it right here. There's your USB-C. I could make a USB-C one of these. So it would be the tiny little. We get the pan. You shot. Here, your tiny little. For a while, but at least regular magnet.
That is a small one.
This won't be a good product. I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't spin very fast either. We'll see. Yeah, the thing about the 3D printer, if it doesn't work, I'm only like $6, $7 into a motor and a couple bucks into a magnet.
And 8 hours
on the printer.
Time.
Yeah, 8 hours on the printer, and yeah, that's kind of how it'll be. But I think it's fun, so it's worth my time.
Hey, if you're enjoying it, and you're coming out ahead on it, then it's not work.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm still working out some of the details with this one. The magnet that I'm using right now is a little bit beefed up magnet than the Magic Fit Max magnet, because I'm putting a brass non-magnetic or a magnetic permeable material inside of here. It does some special effects with the magnet material rotating, and also it's a really good bearing so that the metal and the plastic doesn't wear out. So trying to change this geometry so that the standard Magic Fit Max will be effective as this magnet, and then there'll be the release of this product.
So what size magnets do you use? I mean, what's their?
So I'll tell you the sizes. This magnet is an 18-pound, 20-pound magnet, and it's 3/4 inch of a working area. So that means that when you saw me kind of do that sweep, only 3/4 working.
Right.
Now the next size up is the Max.
And what's cool is you can stick them anywhere. They're magnetic.
Yeah, they also stick to the insides of the post office stuff, and a lot of your customers are looking for them. So let me see here. So this one got a 70-pound magnet. Actually, it's made up of 2 magnets on the inside. When you stack the magnets, they multiply in power times, or 1, so it's 2 times it. And so I use the 2 magnets because they don't make a long 4-inch. So this is 2 1/4-inch magnets stacked to make a 1/2 inch.
So the magnets you're using are actually they're not round, are they? I mean, they're not like a cylinder.
No, here I'll show you a magnet right now.
They were like the cube magnets, weren't they?
The little one, that little one you use.
Yeah. So So this one right here, this is 3 magnets, and I would use 2 of these in a Magic Fit Max. And these are like $25 each, these magnets. So
Right,
that's
yeah,
why
I
the
know.
Magic Fit Max is so expensive. So that I stack them, and basically all it is a rotating north. So one side's north and one side, and that action actually causes. Let's see if I find my pan again. It causes that movement, and I'll show you with my hand here. So I'll put the magnet under the pan. And I'll twist it, and you see when I twist it, roll. You see, I'm just moving the magnet, and you see that the iron itself, so it's walking, so it stands up because the iron has a north pole south itself.
Right.
And if the north pole, it sticks to the south pole in the magnet, so it's influenced by the south pole. But I don't touch it because then it would pull it. The magnetic field is way too strong. So I hold it a little bit away from the magnet or the pole or the pile. And when I change from north pole to south pole, the iron does too. You see how
Yeah.
if I go over to one
Flips
particle,
over. Yeah.
so just one particle, watch the one particle go boom. It's like a gear, a rotating gear. As I roll the magnet, that goes the opposite direction. I'm actually rolling the magnet this way, and it's crazy that the iron is going towards the magnet. Look, the magnet's right here. It's going right.
I was gonna say, if anybody didn't notice, the magnet is even close to the pan.
Oh no, it's not, and you could actually, I could probably put the magnet above the pan and do the action, and that's how I actually figured it out. Is I would see how it's
Bouncing, yeah, it's flipping over.
Or there, it's over here now. I got moved out of my way. There, get over. So I'll get over here. So I'll use my hand covers it up. But either way, you could put your hand here and see how it's moving without even being a pan there. It's actually going away. It's kind of crazy. It's going away from a magnet. So how is it possible that this iron literally moves away from a magnet? And what's happening is it's a balance between torque and magnetic force. So what happens is, when I mean my torque is like a wheel rolls, these gears themselves, or these magnetic particles, turn into gears, and they walk in the opposite direction as the magnet rolls. And so the magnet wants to pull it one way, and they want to walk the other way. So you're able to find that sweet spot with your tool and basically control it with just flipping a magnet around. That's all it is.
It's crazy.
Isn't that crazy? All I'm doing is this. So this is what everybody's afraid of. That's it.
You didn't know your magics could do that,
huh? Well, here's another one. Here's one that you might be kind of familiar with.
Yeah.
This is the magnet. This is the magnet that invented the magic bit. Hold on, let me get it. All right, so I got this magnet, and I went to my drill like that, and I was like, oh well, I don't care. It's a strong magnet. It won't fly nowhere. And then I was like working on something kind of near a gold pan, and I saw it move, and I was like, that's kind of weird. And I didn't really notice it at first. And then a couple days later, I was doing it again, and I watched the iron jump around. I was like, what the hell is going on? And so I did kind of that hand experiment with when I took it off the drill. I just kind of went around and did the thing, and was like, wow, that's it. That's like magic.
huh?
That's how I was like, I was like, I gotta get this to people. Like, how is it now that people are still using a plunger magnet and grabbing all that gold, and then they dump it off, and then they have to work with classifying and all this stuff,
Right.
right? And you don't even really have to. And so that was kind of what, like, how it really kind of jumped out at me right when I saw it. I was like, it clicked. So I was like, try to figure out from there, how do you take this, you know, $25 magnet, you know, and make it affordable, you know, and so I first I had 4 of them on my first design. I had 4, and that was $100. And I didn't realize that I only just needed 1 magnet, and it didn't need to be round. It needed to be, you know, more long, you know, than round. And the round ones you can get where the pole is split with north and then south. It's split in the middle, and so it'll flip, and that's called magnetic diamagnetic or something. It's where the magnet's north south. It's the opposite of it. Then when this half is north and this half is south. So you need that type of magnet so that when this spins, it changes from north to south.
Right. I was gonna ask you about that. So it has to be. It has to have the poles on the edges of the disc, as opposed to.
Yep. And it has to have the poles concentric with the center line of the rotating axes.
Okay.
So, and that's probably more complicated sounding, but it's more specific as well. So this magnet right here has the poles oriented this way and this way. You see how the hole here is in the middle? So if I were to color it, the left side of it would be red and the right side of it would be white. Now, when I first started making these magic bits, I had a company 3D print them and stick the magnet in it and then 3D print the rest of it. Well, the problem with this being square is it was really hard for them to keep what was left and what was right. And, you know, they would put it in and it wouldn't do anything. It would be the same thing as if I took the end of this off and spun it. It does absolutely nothing. It would be just a magnet, same field going around and around and around, because the north is here and the south is here. So this basically, I started buying ones with a hole in it, so they knew to put the hole in, and then they still kept getting it wrong. So then I started buying them. Then I started buying them so they're long, you know. So then it was like, all right, now stick it in. And then when I did that, I was like, whoa, it's like way more length. And then I was like, you know, then I started buying them. You know, now I get them that are, you know, this long, you know, 6 inches long. So it's like, how do you engineer a better way of doing that? And that's what I feel like the customers of the Magic Bit get out of my experiences.
So those magnets you just showed us, the north and south poles are on the wide side, right?
They're on the they're on the side that's not the, let's see here. Yeah, they're on the, like, so if this was the magnet, well, let's see, something flat, I guess. So if this was the magnet, the north and is be north and south. So north, south. You could have it so that it's cut this way and this is north and this is south.
But then you'd have to spin it around that way.
Yeah,
right?
You'd have to. So if the magnet was split north south, they'd have to put it like a propeller, and it would work. But that would suck. It'd be all out of balance. It would fly off, and you would have to have a big round thing. So the idea is to get it, you know, skinny and put your hand over it. And you guys should definitely check out my YouTube videos if anybody's still watching.
Oh yeah, we still got people here.
There are some pretty cool experiments that I've posted as video form that are kind of trying to figure out the best method of, you know, skinning this cat. And you know, it's kind of trying to find the marketing with the application and the demand and you know, all of that. So magnets are just a very interesting thing right now. And anyway.
Yeah, they interested me when I first started doing this too, because I was looking at, like I said, Mr. Thessalonian, and he built a whole sluice box, you know, with those magnets. And I thought, well, you know, I don't need a whole sluice box. First of all, I'm not in an area where I have tons and tons of magnetics. We have magnetics, just not like out you know, out west, where they have tons of magnetics. But you know, it just, I've always liked magnets anyways, you know, magnets and mercury.
Well, yeah, one of them we want to stay a little bit away from, but it is definitely, I feel like, a lot of opportunity. It's not, like I said, it doesn't cure everything, because you still have the rest of that material to work through.
Sure.
And I see a lot of people advertising as a black sand separator, when really maybe it should be called like a mineral separator, or a ferrous metal particle separator or something, because at the bottom of the pan, you still have black sand. And in other countries, their black sand isn't black; it's orange
Right.
or red, or it's mineralized sand. So it's kind of an interesting way of describing your materials.
Removing the magnetics is all you're doing.
Sure. And
You
so
know.
so I try not to use the black sand. It's because it can be confusing, and it can also imply wrong. So
So
Uh,
is like the orange sand and the other stuff that you're talking about, is that magnetic also?
countries
The
like Africa
mineralized
and
stuff?
yeah, so countries like Africa and stuff, I get customers all the time, send me a video and go, why is your guys' sand black? I'm like, what do you mean black? It's because this is black sand, and you kind of explain to them, and then the other way around, when they show me what they got, I'm like, what? That's not black, like what the heck? So it's got other, maybe it rusted more or something. It's definitely a different color. It's more red.
Is it still magnetic?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It still
Okay.
is. It's
I
just
gotta,
a little bit different. Yeah, I think
right,
it's got to be something like that.
right.
But
I got
it's
a
enough
question
to
here.
it's a,
I got a question here from Mr. Lodak. Does a polarity change demagnetize, or is it just pull versus push? My issue with magnetics is that the irons tend to stay charged temporarily and create a cold trap. And that's probably more true when you're using a stagnant magnetic field to catch your gold, right?
yeah. So it's not magnetizing and demagnetizing. It's not a push pull like what he's asking. It's more of the the motion of a pull pull. So it's not like speed, it's more like acceleration. It's the change in current that makes it. So you could have no polarity, and then a north pole, and then no polarity, and then a north pole, and then no polarity and a north pole. But it's twice as effective and twice as cheap to make a north pole south pole altercation than a north no pole. You see what I'm
So,
saying? So it's that changing like sine wave that you see in
right.
like electricity, and it's the fact that it's changing it's not the fact that it's north or south. It's the fact that over time that field is changing its polarity. It's more complicated the way I put it, but that's what's doing it.
Yeah, and I think what he said his issue is with magnetics, and I know what he's talking about, because when you pull your magnetics, like you're using your plunger type magnet,
Right.
when you grab those up and you move them over, and it has a tendency to magnetize.
Absolutely.
Does
Well,
will this magnetize the material too?
it's so so you're not talking about grabbing gold and bringing it up. You're actually talking about the iron particles themselves absorbing a magnetic field before they get let
Right.
down, and then still staying a little bit magnetic. Okay, so that actually happens when the magnetic field touches the magnet touches the black sand. So as the black sand goes up to your plunger magnet, it will charge the particle. If it's a softer iron, like say it's like cold rolled versus hot rolled or something, it's the iron will the particles, the magnetic particles inside the iron will basically align themselves to match a strong magnet.
Right.
And when you remove that strong magnet, it will make a north pole south pole, and that's exactly how this actually works is that there already is a magnetic field inside of the iron itself, and the magic bit, let's see if I can get this in frame. The magic bit aligns with the north and the south, so the iron itself picks which way it wants to go. And when I rotate the magnet, it chooses with it. And so when I use the magic bit, it actually doesn't come into contact with the iron particle, so it never actually absorbs the charge. So you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So your magnetic material doesn't keep that magnetic field.
It does. It's less likely to, because it never comes into close enough contact.
Okay. Yeah, because I know the problem he's talking about.
Because so when he does that, he would put the magnet on. All those iron particles would be stationary and they would be resting, and all the molecules would then align themselves.
Right.
These particles are moving; they're spinning around. So if they did, absorb any of that moment, they're gonna magnetism. They're gonna absorb it equally around, I guess you would say. If that makes sense.
Oh, I hope that answers your question there, Mr. Lodak.
Definitely worth trying an experiment with if you want. Actually, he does bring up a good point that not a lot of people bring up, is that yeah, the iron itself becomes the magnet, and the iron itself can do things after it had become magnetized. So that's kind of back to that conversation we were having earlier of, you can't really prescribe the perfect solution to gold prospecting because everybody's material is different. It's because and so you really want to sort of try to get that iron and stuff out as soon as you can before it has time to commingle with the gold and other,
right,
and grab on to them. So so for that reason, for the charging of the iron and then reclumping together with the gold, you would want to sort of try to avoid that situation. So maybe you pull out the iron knowing you'll grab the gold, use a magic bit or roly-poly to do a reverse sort, and then kind of use, back and forth depending on how much iron's in your material,
right,
if you have a sluice or not. So I hope also that helps, but I do appreciate the comment.
And he's right too. That was the thing that got me away from using magnets in my sluice, was the fact that after I got done and I was able to clear that all those magnetics off of there, everything was still clumped together. I mean, it was like all of a sudden all my magnetics were magnets,
Right. Oh yeah.
Together, what happened? Yeah, I saw that flaw too, Jaron. Why don't we use them? But now I like the idea. Now, if you were to stick a rotating magnet underneath there, where it would do that with the magnetic before it enters the sluice, and separate it then in that bouncy, flippy floppy motion, then
especially when there's a lot of water involved too. So the spacing is a lot farther up there before it gets packed together in the little crevice.
Right, exactly. That's why I put it up on actually
front,
at my slick plate as it enters into the sluice box. But I didn't like that part either, Jaron. It would you'd have a ball of magnetics.
I'd be interested to see what that big ball of magnetics would do underneath when you introduce a magnetic field that changes, to see if it would maybe cluster them up or break them, or it would be worse or easier. I haven't actually done an experiment to actually try to cause that and then see, what, if it's it's good or bad.
Right.
Sometimes it's annoying for somebody, but you figure out a cool trick, and it's the key.
Yeah, well, you never know. There's something for you to work on while you're busy doing nothing.
Waiting for parts to
cool down, right? But yeah, that'd be kind of cool to be able to attach one to the bottom of a sluice on the outside, somehow, motorize it. Geez, now you're looking at
Well,
$500 sluice box.
yeah, no kidding. I thought when I first did the roly poly was I put little magnets here at the bottom. I actually ended up taking them out, but it was kind of, the idea would be to stick this, you know, on the bottom of your sluice box. You know, you have a sluice box, and
Oh, hell, you're almost
somehow
there.
almost, you know, stick it there, and then, you know, if a guy had enough imagination, he could use those screw holes right there and stick it in there. But I don't know, maybe you're onto something. But
Let me know.
this thing's only like 3 weeks old, so hopefully it's, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what would be better though. This, you know, when it's wet, pulling it out before in a fluidized bed, or this with like a separate path kind of thing. And
I can see that in a fluid bed system.
yeah, you see how those are the options. And so that's where I'm at right now as far as what I'm going to take to market with, that is going to be, you know, the next flow one. I might have changed my mind, might find better, but you know, these are the two options that I'm finding is that if you can get, you know, something going this way, a conveyor belt going this way,
Right.
and dry material, wet material, you put you put a nice stream right here of your material, and as it goes over across, you know, this rolls, and then your iron will roll to the other side of the conveyor belt, and then you have a splitter right here with two bins, and then you basically have iron and your non-iron in those two bins. That's a option. You can check out my YouTube videos on that. It's called Roly Poly with Special Tray. And then there's this option. So I'm still kind of sort of converging on that and trying to figure out which ones aren't patented.
Miss Laura wants to know if he's a serial killer, Ed.
What's that?
Oh, my mic was, I pulled the Jesse. My mic was muted. Yeah. Thank you very much, Jeff. Have a great one, Gold Pro Unlimited.
Oh, you're leaving before we give away that pan, huh?
No, I guess so.
We'll be giving away a production pan from Gold Claw.
Yeah, I can't wait to get mine.
Me too.
Hey, I don't want to be. Can I like not be a host right now and go
Yeah,
over to
yeah.
the chat so I can have a chance at winning that?
Sure.
Oh, wait a minute.
What?
Oh, well, I say her, yeah, since we have some coming.
Yes.
What?
Go in the chat and maybe win one.
Oh, yeah, super chat.
You want to do that now, Ed?
Thank you very much, Down East Detecting and Prospecting, Bob Drake. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, if Colter don't mind, we can do that.
I don't mind. Whatever you guys want to do on your show is okay with me.
Okay, so let me do a quick little promo.
Well, your time is valuable to us also.
I was actually going to ask you how much time we got left because I'm running a little bit behind on another.
Well, actually, we're in overtime, so
Oh, perfect. Okay.
if you want a bail, that's up to you, and we totally understand.
Perfect.
We have some things we got to do, and it might take a minute.
That sounds good. Okay, guys. Well, then I'll check out.
Here, let me pin you up so you're big. Thank you very much for joining us tonight, Colter. I greatly appreciate it, and thank you for the mini bit. I really like it. I think I'm going to be a customer or something a little bigger in the future.
Well, I hope that some of the options that I'm putting out are something that you could use in your own bag of tricks, you know, on any way you feel
Yeah, I'll
you
be
want to
waiting
use
for
them.
mine.
You know, I don't want to
I liked that.
Absolutely, yeah. And yours,
I like the roly
Wow,
poly.
look at that. Holy cow.
Richard,
Oh man, are you kidding me? That's a nuclear super chat right there.
Boy.
Thanks for the super chat.
Bam.
Thank you, Richard Davis. Too very generous. Thank you, sir. I'm sorry. My super chatters get like top billing.
Yeah.
yeah, do your thing, yeah.
But again, yeah, that I'm really interested in the roly poly, and I know Jesse is too. It was great having you on. I hope you had as much fun as we've had.
Absolutely, and I appreciate your time. And now that I know you're interested in the roly poly, I've got a roly poly kind of demo train going right now. I actually sent the first one to Alan Robertson, and I ended up upgrading the magnets to 60 pounds. So the next one that's going out, you'd be third or fourth in line if you want to sign up. It's got the twice as powerful magnets, the 60-pound magnet. So yeah, I'll put you guys on the list. You can play with it.
Well, definitely will.
Awesome.
We'd be happy to be beta testers.
The only thing you have to do is you have to put it in a box and send it to the next guy at the end. That's all I ask. And that's the hard part.
Yeah, we did that with the Cobra Crusher. We've been beta testers a couple of times. Yeah. Cobra Crusher and Banjo Pan for Mike Pun and
Dream Mat.
Dream Mat.
All right then.
Dream Mat, right?
Now I'll just
yeah.
I can go ahead and put you on the list, and
awesome.
Next few weeks you guys will have some content for your next show or something.
Awesome. Sounds great. It'd be great for a episode of In the Shed with Ed.
Yeah, for sure.
Or whatever. We'll do some videos.
Or just take it home and play with it and have fun.
I got plenty of black sands to play with, trust me.
Right. So, okay, guys, I'm gonna jump off now, and it was a pleasure, and hope you guys check out some of my content later on when you got some free time, and check, hopefully reach out and subscribe, and we'll hopefully stay in contact. Reach out. I write to all of my reply to almost all my comments and things. You can find me on Facebook and whatnot. So if you guys have any more questions about magnets, I'm not the best guy to talk to about the mat systems or any of that, but I sure as heck can help point you in the right direction. So
well, I have your channel in the description, and I'll put a link to your Facebook page in the description and in the room, and hopefully you'll get some more going your way.
Yeah, more Magic Bit customers, and then either subscribers. I'm always looking for a way to promote my stuff, in a non in your face way. I try to make cool videos, and I also try to make a variety of things. So if you're not interested in the first one, then maybe a couple weeks later, something might come up. So.
Oh, you're one of those guys. You're one of those guys. You invent something, you make it, and then everybody likes it, and then you invent something else. Improve it. Oh, I gotta buy that one.
We'll see.
There you go.
We'll see how it goes. So. All right, guys. Thanks again.
You're more than welcome. Thank you.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. So set it up for us, Jesse.
Well, Clint Washburn, he's been doing this Kickstarter for the production pan, which is like you run a half a 5-gallon bucket of material at a time in this pan. But the Kickstarter is almost over. He's giving everybody a little bit longer. to
Make
jump
out
in
on
on
that
the-
killer deal of half off.
yeah, it's because it's gonna be when it goes on sale. It'll be $100 for the pan.
Yep,
Right now,
$99 and
Yeah, right now you can pick one up for half price through the Kickstarter. It's gonna end soon. He's gonna start shipping out new pans. But he asked if I'd give a couple away. I gave one away on GPS Sunday, and now we're gonna give one away here. And all you have to do is be in the chat room chatting. Has everybody got their chat in? Their chat on? Your chat off? Not
yeah, I'm gonna
numbers.
bring up the Nightbot. I'm gonna. What the heck?
What the heck?
There are no eligible winners for this giveaway. What are you talking about?
Did you change? You gotta change the word or something?
No, I have no word in it. I had to cancel his thing.
So whoever wins this, you'll have to email me your address. I'm at ToledoJust@AOL.com.
Or they could.
Or they can send it to Ed, and he'll send it to me.
Or email to flashinyourpan@gmail.com and I'll send it over to Jesse and.
Who's Chatty McChat Chat?
Chatty chat chat?
Chatty McChat Chat.
Give it away, Jesse Laurel says. Give it away.
Give it away, give it away, give it
One
away.
for the money?
2 for the show. Dano.
3 to get ready.
And 4 to go.
Oh, what? Okay, sorry about that,
What are you
guys.
doing?
You saw I wouldn't do it. I'm gonna refresh.
Refresh. Ah.
No chat enable. What the hell's going on around here?
What'd you do?
Oh man.
Well, it's Nightbot technology. I had him in the closet a little too long. Her in the closet a little too long. I don't know. Maybe
Nikki
the
said
air
she wins.
conditioning got cold.
Nikki said she wins.
Yeah, right, Miss Laura. You guys were all chatting away and it wasn't even counting yet.
Huh. Odd.
Odd.
Strange.
Give it away now.
We still got 30 people, 32 people in the room too.
Yeah, I'm not. Here, I'm gonna do something different then.
Okay.
Because this is gonna happen.
You're getting mad, I can tell.
Make it happen.
Deep breath, Ed. Deep breath.
Calm down. Take a deep breath.
I got this wheel right here. You guys seen this
wheel.
before.
Get in the wheel.
Okay, you got to be active participants in chat. I got a whole list of you. Moderators are
Yes.
eligible.
Yes.
Look at that. All the names right there. Boom, 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 boom. I don't know how many there are.
We got 34 watches, so.
A wheel full. That's how many
1,
there is. A
2,
wheel
3,
full.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
Oh, now here comes
20,
Patrick
21,
in.
22.
Sure, now we're getting
Patrick,
Susan Hamilton just popped in, and
Top
Patrick and
cat.
Richard.
Raven Smackarock, JP.
I'm having more now.
Laurel says, I'm starving. Spin it already.
I haven't ate yet either.
Me too.
Me
David,
too.
just do it.
Okay.
Give it away already, Walter says. Here we go. Here we go. Who's it gonna be?
Gold Pro Unlimited.
Gold Pro.
He left though.
No, he's here.
No, he's still there.
Oh,
yeah.
he's still here. He heard giveaway. He's heard giveaway.
See, good thing I told you, because he was getting ready to leave until I said giving something away.
He just played dead for a minute.
Yeah, congratulations, GoPro. You're gonna love it. I like my claws.
Oh, I love my gold claws.
Yeah,
I
they're
can't
great.
wait till I get my production pan.
Mhm.
And
He says,
I'm
no
hoping
way,
it's-
give it to Miss Laurel. That's what GPU says.
oh really? Give
No
it
way,
to
give it
Miss
to Miss
Laurel?
Oh, cool. Awesome.
Wow, cool.
Before she
Cool.
says, yes.
Yeah.
Nikki asked what size shirts Rose and I wear, and I wear a small, and Rose wears an extra large, I believe. She asked a couple times, so I just wanted to let her know I was reading.
Okay, I think Nikki left.
I think she's still in here hiding.
She said
She was
something
just a
about
few ago.
leaving.
Who, Nikki?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was just here.
Oh,
a few
she's
ago.
there. She's
Yeah, she
there.
was just here.
Okay.
There she is. Okay, thank you, she said.
And
Wow.
thank you, Nikki.
Cool. That's for those nice little Aussie tops.
And I wear a medium.
Oh, you.
You're sending Ed one, right, Nikki?
Well, if the Vegemite was like $50, you think she's gonna throw in a shirt too?
The shipping for the Vegemite was $50.
Yeah, it was like
That's great.
ridiculous.
Yeah, it is crazy.
And that's like a slow boat from China.
Just order some off of Amazon and give it a whirl.
An extra medium. There's a size as an extra medium. What the heck is that?
Jesse size.
Oh,
Well, I guess no one wanted that extra spot for Flash Bash. We can't talk Bryan into coming.
He's trying to talk Laurel into picking him up now, so that spot might be.
That's
taken.
Jason.
yeah, that was Jason.
Well, that's right. We still got another.
Yeah, but you know, well, I'm sure Vicky's already through Massachusetts, so. But. All right, everybody. Ooh.
Too close to your Alaska trip.
Oh, come on, Brian. You're living free, brother. You're living
Yeah,
free.
you're retired. You got nothing to do but look for gold.
And travel the
Jared.
world.
Jaren's going to fly out. He said, should I fly out, Ed?
Is
Yes,
Jim on the Flash?
yes.
No. I don't
Fly
think so.
into Columbus. We'll pick you up.
No, I don't think Jim's coming, right? Ed?
My brother?
No, Jim. I don't
No,
think he's talking
no.
about.
Jim ain't gonna be at Flash Bash, unfortunately. He
Uh.
kind of sounded like he might, or was that Gold Rush days?
I think that was Gold Rush days.
I think it was Gold Rush days.
Hey, Raven, Flash fam loves you too.
We'll be there, Thomas. Yes, we do, Raven. And you, Smack a Rock, bro.
Yes, Brian, Lucky will be at the bash. Now
I'll
you
be there Thursday.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll even let you take Lucky home at the bash.
We'll be there Thursday.
Oh, I thought he was talking
Ed,
about-
Jesse, and
I thought he was talking about Thomas.
No,
Lucky Ducky.
Lucky Ducky Thomas Folks will be there, but
Right.
he wants me to auction off Lucky, the talking cat. I think I told him shut up too many times. He don't yell hello anymore.
He'd make a beautiful hat.
Dano.
No, Brian, you cannot heavy pet Lucky. That's not kosher.
He bites.
Gonna do that to my cat? Oh, Brian.
Angel's going, what the hell are they talking about?
I'm assuming it's cat.
It's a cat. I think I heard him jump up to his bowl. He's
That's
not
cat Lucky.
talking though.
Who talks and says hi?
Yeah, well, actually, it's kind of a ear shrieking. Hello.
Because he's got three legs, one eye, and a partial tail.
No, you don't.
For real though, Rose has a cat that only has 2 legs.
Walk upright.
Front or back?
The back legs are missing.
Does he walk
He
around
have
with
training
legs up?
wheels.
He like
Lisa
It was like
her smile
this.
at 5 o'clock.
poor kitty. His feet got chewed off by the mama when he was born because the umbilical cord was wrapped around him.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah,
Poor baby.
Poor baby.
poor baby is right.
Just 2 breakfasts, Thomas, and 1 pulled pork meal. That's about
Right.
the itinerary.
And a treasure hunt.
And a
Oh
treasure.
yeah, the treasure hunt.
And that can be done on your own leisure. It's not a club outing. It's not a club event.
Nope.
It's a treasure hunt if you want to get in on it.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's all to you.
No charge. You just get
Yeah,
the
you
instructions.
you could stay under the river all you want, but Saturday night we will, whenever the pulled pork is, we'll have some raffles and
Giveaways.
some door prizes and whatnot.
Yep.
Yep.
You're
Lots
a
of
little
whatnot.
bit of champ if you got one
Creek
seat
time.
tickets.
Lots of creek time for you, buddy.
And I guess the creek is looking good today, huh?
The water table's getting back down.
Cool.
All right, everybody. We're almost a half hour into overtime. I appreciate all of you being here, as always, our Flash fam. Top Cat, thank you very much for the $9.99 super chat. Mr. Lodak, dropping a 20. Thank you
For
very
shipping.
much. Down East, detecting and prospecting, our friend Bob Drake, dropping a 10. Thank you
Nice.
very much. And Richard Davis, thank you very, very much for the $50 super chat. It's great. All of it's greatly appreciated.
You bet.
Next week, we're having Mike from Dirt Digest Magazine. Should be a good show. We got to hang out with them last year at the Indiana chapter of the GPA's outing.
Yeah.
Really good guys. Gonna be fun having him on the show. Anything the Vixens have coming up?
Flash bash.
Flash Bash! You betcha.
Bash.
And there's going to be a slew of YouTubers be putting out videos of Flash Bash. I know I'll try and get in some lives while we're there.
Yep.
And we do
Oh, yeah,
have some
GPS.
things up our sleeve.
Oh yeah.
So until next week,
Good times.
may you always have a flash in your pan.
And you know what he's gonna say next.
That's right, because it happens, right?
It's gonna
Maybe
happen
one
big
day
time this
too.
weekend.
We'll meet you on the river. Good night, everybody, and God bless.
Good night, everyone.
Right.
Good night, Angela. Good night,
Good
Daniel.
night, Daniel. Good night, Josie.
On the chair,
Angela.
good night. Good night, Outdoorsy
Good
Gal.
night, Chrissy, everybody.
Mary Lou.
Thank you.
Good night, Jerry.